Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while since I did a video. It's actually been a long while since I've done a video. Maybe like a week or so. Don't know if it feels longer. This story is going to take a little bit longer than normally. I've been trying to keep my videos under 15 minutes, but this one's going to go a little bit longer. And I don't want to try to chop it up into parts unless I have to. But anyway, to get it started, what happened is that normally, lately I've been talking, me and a whole bunch of people, we've been talking about simping, white knighting, stuff like that, or sometimes what I call Captain Save a Hole. That's what we used to call it. Okay, and what happened is that for a while I've been doing my best not to do stuff like that because guess what? It doesn't really help me out at all. But if whoever watches, if that's what you want to do and you're happy doing that, more power to you. But basically, what happened was this past weekend, I simped, and it cost me. Now, before you go like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Let me explain. What happened was I ran into someone I talked about before. About 6 months ago, I talked about this girl who played me. Okay. Basically, long story short, I ran into her again. Okay. It's kind of awkward. And then she asked me to, you know, if we can go out. I'm like, I was kind of hesitant on it. But I said, well, we'll go out, but there's a lot of stuff we have to talk about. A lot of things we have to talk about. And she said, no, hey, no problem. Okay. Fast forward, Friday night, we go out. First, we go out to dinner. Throughout the dinner, I told her my side of the story about the whole thing. She pretty much explained that since she moved in with this dude, at that time she was hem hawing whether she wants to date him or not. I'm like, if you're hem hawing, you shouldn't have moved up there unless you was definitely sure that you was. She told me that her ex-husband, that where she was staying at, beat her up and he had to come down and get her and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, whatever. That's probably true because they can, her and her ex sometimes can get in fights. So everything that she was saying at that point in time sounded plausible and somewhat true because her and her ex-husband, they get into scraps. Literally. Sometimes he will start, sometimes he'll punch the shit out of her. And he admitted it to me once or twice that he did it. He was drunk when he told me that. But he said that she brings it out. And knowing the way how she is, I could see that. So she was like, because she moved in with him, and even though he took, when she was answering the phone, and she got irritated, he took the phone and started yelling at me. And even though he said, she said, all right, right now I could tell you, you were in the right to yell at him. But thing is, I had to defend him because I was living with him and he's helping me out. And I said, and I told her, that's still no fucking excuse. That's no excuse. And I looked at her, I said, hey, out of all the stuff that I know, have I ever done that shit to you? She looked at me and she goes, no. Exactly. So what happened is her fairy tale went to fairy dust. Which I kind of figured that was going to happen. Because she was trying to escape a situation. But me, I'm fine. I'm fine. So then what happened is it's like, okay, we ate dinner. The dinner kind of sucked. This is the first time I went to Applebee's and the dinner actually sucked. Wow. Ooh. Plus it was like 10 o'clock, like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. But still. So she's like, hey, well, let's go get some drinks. I'm like, okay, fine. We get some drinks and pretty much close down the damn bar. When I say we got some drinks, I had maybe 2 to 3 beers, 2 or 3 bottles of Bud Light, and that was it. And maybe 1 or 2 shots. But the thing is, I spaced it out enough to where I wasn't drunk. This bar that she wanted to go to was right down the street from her ex-husband's house where she's staying with her kid. Her kid just got out the hospital. So she's technically staying there to help take care of the kid. He's helped taking care of the kid and all sorts of stuff. And they're both getting on each other's nerves. So basically, after three Bud Lights and approximately 15 shots of Crown Royal, Crown Apple, whatever the hell it is, 15. I took like 3, and I was pouring her half of my shit because I didn't want to drink too much. So you can see she was kind of lit. She was really lit. So I'm like, okay, fine. My goal was to drop her off at home, go home, get some sleep. That was my plan. Walk through the door. Her ex-husband and his girlfriend's there. She's sober. He's drinking. He had some friends over. They saw her walk through the door. They're like, the looks on their faces like, oh shit. Some shit's gonna happen now. And I'm looking around like, what? Of course, I'm looking around like a deer in headlights. Like, what the hell's going on here? I'm the last to know. Sometimes you can get a little bit. I find this out. Now, I tell you, all the times I see her drunk before, she usually passes out and she's like, whatever. But this girl was anxious. So then what happens? He started pushing her buttons. She started retaliating, fighting back. Boom, 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 boom. I'm sitting, and the thing is, his girlfriend was backing her up because the guy's girlfriend, her ex-girlfriend, knew that he was doing that to push her buttons. He wanted a fight. So all of a sudden, I'm sitting here like, oh my god, what the fuck I got into? Domestics. Every time I try to leave, no, 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 no. Either he tried to stop me, or she tried to stop me, or his girlfriend tried to stop me and say, "You, if you're here, nothing will basically happen. No physical stuff will happen." So then, worst comes to worst, she runs into the bathroom and she starts crying because he said something really off the wall crazy. I guess what happened was with the guy that she basically, when she was playing me with, she was dating this other dude. She had a miscarriage by his kid. She had a miscarriage, and I guess he pounced on that, and she never told me about that. Well, of course, this is the first night I've seen her in like 6 months. First time I really talked to her in like 6 months. So I look up, I'm like, man, that's kind of low even for anybody. Then she was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get a hotel. I'm like, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Where are you gonna find a hotel at 4 o'clock in the morning? In theory, you can always find a hotel at 4 o'clock in the morning. The question is how much you want to pay. Let me rephrase that. How much am I going to pay? Found a hotel that was technically down the street from where they live. It's a hotel that I've seen. She stayed there before a couple times, and my ex-girlfriend stayed there a couple times too. So I kind of knew where it was. So I get there. They had a room available. It was a double bed. So I was like, okay, cool. That means if I'm get tired, I can at least sleep somewhere. Okay. Now, mind you, I was trying to get to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's like 4. Wow. Imagine that. So then what happened? The price of the room was $172 for 2 days. Because checkout's at 11 o'clock. $172 for a 2 day stay in a hotel. Are you fucking out your mind? Oh, it's the weekend, so they bumped up the prices. Normally it's like 50, 60, $50 a night, no more than 60 a night. But of course it's the weekend, so it's like $70. 70, $80. So I'm like, I'm like, this bitch ain't living in, this bitch ain't taking this bitch home. Hell no. Mm-mm. So guess what? And I pay for 2 nights to stay. We get in there. I get her stuff in there. She's fuming at the mouth. I had a case. I wasn't feeling too well for a hot second. She finally calmed down a little bit, and I just like, I say, look, right now you're still drunk. When you sober up, you're gonna realize what the fuck you just did. No, 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 no. Okay, fine. I said, well, I'm about to go because I gotta get to work in the morning. She convinced me to stay for a little while by showing me some appreciation. So, in a sense, can I really be too mad about it? Did I really simp out that much, even though I did get something out of it? I still simped. I admit it, I simped. Even though I got something out of it. Wasn't planning on getting something out of it, but I got something out of it. She rewarded me, let's put it that way. Then about 7 o'clock, I went to work. Got home from work. Everything's cool. She's hungover as hell. Of course, after 15 to 16 shots of Crown Apple, of course. And plus, you didn't really eat the dinner because you didn't like it. So, of course, the conversations that we was having with her wasn't really all that great. And she was like, well, she wants to stay there a couple more days. And what happened is that the guy that she was staying with was going to come down and bring her some stuff. And she was like, bring her some money. He said, okay. And so she told me he was going to bring her some money. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. She has until Sunday. First it was to Monday. Then they said, no, it's to Sunday because they charged me they gave me a discount. So instead of 170, they gave me 140 because after at first they didn't call me at all, but they went to her and started asking her a whole bunch of questions and shit like that. And I'm like, so I called up there. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I explained the situation. But I lied about the situation. I said, you know what? She was having a domestic issue where she lives at. She calls me at the last second. I said, okay, I'll get her a place close to where she has to be, and that's what that is. I will be and I will be popping in to make sure everything's okay, of course. But I forgot my key. I left the key there. And I said, oh, don't. And then they said, okay, don't worry about it. That's cool. We just want to make sure. I'm like, okay. Because that night they heard some yelling. I said, yeah. After I got her in, she called the point of disturbance, and I smoothed things over. I'm like, okay. So they said, okay, Sunday she has still Sunday. I said, okay, cool. You know why? Because I'm thinking to myself, the dude's gonna pop by Saturday. Hold on. I'm almost out of power. Okay, plug that sucker in. So I'm like, okay, he's gonna bring us some money. And that's that. That way she could pay for the rest of the weekend and I'm fine. Sunday morning, don't start this. If this video stops, that means it's not gonna load up what I wanted. It's not gonna load up the video at all. It's gonna say it can't load it. I'm gonna keep going because I'm halfway done. Or almost done. So what happened was Sunday morning I get up, I drive down there. Because what happens is Sunday morning she calls me up at like 7 o'clock. And said, "Oh, he didn't bring me no money. He said he won't have money for me till like Monday night, and I need a couple extra days." So I was like, okay, fine. Simping out again. I'll pay for 2 extra days. Okay, so Sunday morning I get up at around 9 o'clock, drive all the way out there, pay for another 2 days, got me a new key. Went in there, hung out for a hot second. She was too tired because she was hungover. Still, I look in. Now, I'm explaining this now because the 3 other times I tried to do this video, it didn't happen. There was a bottle like this, ordinary pop bottle, filled with water with cigarette butts in there. Okay, in the room. And I'm looking around here, I was like, there's no smoking in the room. So why is there cigarette butts in this room? I said, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'll ask her about it later. Okay, because there's no smoking in the room. There's little cans outside for you to smoke. So I'm like, I don't want to think about it right now because I got stuff to do on Sunday. Go do my stuff Sunday. Later on Sunday, she asked me to come out to dinner. I said, nope. No, we're going to eat dinner at the house. Okay, fine. Because she was babysitting her daughter. They let her back in to visit her daughter. So they can go out and do some stuff. And like I said, it's going to blow over. It's just the fact that it's a hot second. So, case in point, I'm sitting around here like, okay, we get a pizza, eating. They come home. They want to get a ride to the store so they can buy some beer. No problem. I'll do that. So that way, if we can keep her at this place. By the way, she is back there now. She is back there, so I'm not too worried about it. Smooth that over, that's fine. Plus, me and him get along. Sorry. So, oh, that's my cat. Hiding all day because she was bad. Well, it kind of happens when you take a crap on a guest on a hospital bed that everybody sits on. But anyway, I digress. So what happens? So we go back to the hotel. None of the keys work. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? I just paid an extra $145. I just paid an extra $145. So what happened is, let's add this up. 145 plus another 140. That's 285. I spent close to $300 for a 4-day stay at a hotel because it was the weekend. So I get there. I go to the front door. Go to the front gate. They said you had to pay a deposit. I'm like, a deposit? What kind of deposit? He goes, for smoking. I'm like, I don't smoke. But there was smoking in the room. I'm like, what? I know I wasn't there majority of the weekends. I was at working and stuff like that. But what do you mean there was smoking in the room? Oh, there was smoking in the room. So if you want to go in there, that's an extra $150. So that means I had to pay $435. Basically $435, $450. So I said, okay, fine. Extra $150. I want to kill this bitch now. You just now cost me close to You just cost me close to $500. That's what I said about the cost. Because of your stupidity and not realizing what the fuck you're doing, and you always had to try to be right. I had to come out of 400 something plus dollars. So of course when I get her to the whole, we get in the room. She goes, "Oh, what happened?" I said, "Who was smoking in the room?" She goes, "No one was smoking in the room." I said, "Who was smoking in the room?" She goes, "No one." I said, "You know what? This morning I saw a bottle like this full of cigarette butts in water. The only reason why you would do something like this is someone was smoking in the room. You can sit here and say you wasn't smoking in the room, but if anybody else is in this room smoking, you better let me know now." Of course, no one was smoking in the room. You know what I said? You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. If I didn't pay that $150, all your shit that's in here would have been gone. You would have lost all your shit, not to let me know who did it. She didn't want to tell me. I figured it out. I already figured it out when he came by that night, because he had some liquor with him. So they sat and hung out for a little bit and smoked in the room. See his face?